Welcome back to Power Breakfast on CNBC TV 18. Now, in a bid to improve India's appalling 142nd rank in the world when it comes to ease of doing business, the World Bank and the DIPP has released state-wise rankings. Gujarat tops the list, followed by Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. That completes the top 5. Surprisingly, industrial states like Maharashtra and Karnataka are at number 8 and 9, and Uttar Pradesh has pipped states like Tamil Nadu and West Bengal to make it to the top 10. Punjab is the easiest state for entrepreneurs to set up a new business, and surprisingly, Gujarat does not even feature in the top 5 list. That's up for you on your screen. Madhya Pradesh tops the list when it comes to allotment of land and obtaining construction permits to set up a new business.
All right, Maharashtra tops the list on infra-related utilities, which is to help get power and water supply, among others, to set up a new business. Maharashtra also tops the list once again when it comes to enforcing contracts between the government as well as the private sector. Jharkhand was a big surprise performer in the list. The state tops the rank when it comes to carrying out inspections on factories. Not just that, Jharkhand is also on top when it comes to compliance with labor laws, with Gujarat and Chhattisgarh completing the top 3. Here's Amitabh Kant, the Secretary of DIPP, speaking exclusively to CNBC TV 18 Shireen Ban on the rankings and its impact on investments.
Government is going ahead with all the right measures. We just need to make the states accelerate in a bigger way. Just create a huge sense of competition, not merely on ease of doing business, but across several schemes of the government. This competition, this competitive federalism, which the PM is talking about, is actually, this is going to drive change. And I personally see that in labor laws, it's really the states, the urge to grow at rapid rates and create jobs is going to make them change labor laws.
States like Maharashtra and Karnataka, one would have imagined that they would have been higher up. Are you surprised by where Maharashtra and Rajasthan?
No, I'm not surprised at all, because we were, assessing everything against the 98 parameters laid down. It is like passing an examination. You need a huge political and administrative will to crack those 98 points. Now, these states were able to crack that. Maharashtra has not been able to put several things online. I mean, they've just not been able to put several things online. It's a large state. And I think probably they will be able to do this later. Similar with Karnataka. And probably, Tamil Nadu was able to do several things in July, but it was a little too late.
Because June was where the cutoff was as far as this study was concerned. West Bengal coming in at number 11, does that surprise you? Is it a story that hasn't been given enough weight in terms of the measures that the government there has undertaken?
Yeah, West Bengal did a lot of work. They did a lot of hard work, and if they hadn't done that hard work, they would have been ranked very badly. But I think they just pulled themselves up, and they cracked a number of things which made them jump up actually to come to 11 ranks, to come to the 11th position. Otherwise, they would have done very badly. So West Bengal's done pretty well, according to me.
Punjab, number 1 as far as the ease of setting up a business is concerned, but on other parameters fallen short. But at least in terms of the ease of setting up a business, it ranks on top.
So what the World Bank study shows is that it's an end-to-end solution through the life cycle of the business. Not merely starting business, but entry, exit, labor, environment, just about everything. I mean, you have to be excellent on all parameters. I mean, what the story of Gujarat really shows is that they've excelled just about in every single parameter. And you need to do that across. A businessman faces government touch points at various places. It's not that you enter and start construction that's important, but through the life cycle of business. And I think that's where Punjab is very good. They put up an outstanding single window clearance, but through the life cycle of the project, they have to make similar changes.
Many states, as you will see, picked up relatively quick win, easier reforms, which is logical because there was only 6 months to work, and of course for the next report there will be a full year. And I think that's fair, and I think therefore next year we will see other states moving forward very quickly, but especially we'll see that now that some quick wins have been implemented, there's more difficult reforms ahead, but not reforms that cannot be done, because these are not the kind of reforms that hurt. These are the kind of reforms that make it easier to start a small business, create a job, employ young people. These are the kind of reforms that win elections. because jobs win elections.
We are now getting to a stage where we have the information, where it's known to everybody, and where there is the beginning of a push to really do something about it. There are a lot of vested interests who don't like smoothness for reasons which everybody knows. But I think if the media, the public, everybody is aware of these problems and asks the states difficult questions, which we must, I think we can make progress.
Punjab, Chhattisgarh and I think Andhra, you said, have all taken some serious steps in setting up what they call a single window clearance, and they have reduced the number of days which it takes to set up a business. The fact remains that despite doing this, they will not get investment because of several other factors which are the negative ones in Punjab. And I think that is where the next report should really sort of identify the real constraints on investment in particular states, and then say as to what the state government is doing to remove them, to address them.
We have not yet been able to turn India into a single common market. We have not been able to take advantage of the scale of India as a nation, because we are not only set up in different states, but our taxation system is set up in different states. That's one big advantage we would get if we switch on GST legislation quickly. As far as land and labor is concerned, I don't think anybody has stood up and explained to the lay public of India or even to the affected parties what does this regulation mean for them. India's ranking has been quite poor in the global rankings of ease of doing business. And one benefit that we expect of this is, as all the states start to improve, that when the next time around the World Bank does its ranking study, that India should certainly have moved forward. And also the direction would be clear as to what we need to do as a nation to ensure that we constantly keep on moving forward.
Moving on then, continuing our journey to India's growing financial nerve centers, Team CNBC TV 18 travels to Kolkata this time around. And Shashwant Goenka, the head retail of RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, says that the ease of doing business is getting much